Good morning, everyone. Hope you are doing well today. Quick announcements. First of all, we're doing a birthday shout out to Mason the Mitten. His birthday is this summer, but again, we won't be able to celebrate with him. So we're going to wish Mason a happy early birthday today. Happy birthday, Mason! Woo! Okay, second, your journal for today is draw something yellow. Draw something yellow because that's one of our colors for this week. And our math activity for today, we are going to be, I don't think we've done this one before, so if we have, I'm sorry. Comparing sizes, I know we made a line of, we did this with the coins, didn't we? I may have to come up with a different math activity. Please hold on that one. So I will get back to you with a different math assignment or activity. Okay, I think that's it. Let's do our chapter. We're on chapter 3 of Midnight on the Moon, Open Sesame. The fourth M thing must be out there, said Annie. Beside the door was a button with the word open on it. Annie reached for the button. Wait! Jack grabbed her hand. There's no air on the moon, remember? Oh, right, but we have to go out to find the M thing. Let's see what the book says Jack. He pulled out the book from his pack. He flipped through it until he found a page that showed the surface of the moon. He read aloud. It takes 14 Earth days to equal 1 day on the moon. No air protects the moon from the sun's rays, so daytime heat reaches 260 degrees. Jack looked at Annie. I told you our blood would get hot if we went out there, he said. Yuck, she said. Jack read from the book again. Moon scientists wear spacesuits which have controls to keep them from getting too hot or too cold. They have tanks which provide air for 2 hours. So those suits keep them safe. Where do we get spacesuits? Asked Annie. She looked around, then trotted back down the hall. Maybe there. Jack was studying his map. Let's try the spacesuit storeroom. Don't look at the map, said Annie. Look at the real room. Jack glanced up. Annie was peering through a doorway off the hall. There's a ton of space stuff in here, she said. Jack went to look. Bulky white suits hung from hangers. Air tanks, helmets, gloves, and boots sat in neat rows on shelves. Wow, it's like an armor room in a castle, said Jack. Yeah, with huge armor, said Annie. Let's pick out the smallest stuff, said Jack. The suits can go over our clothes. Annie found the smallest white suit, and Jack found the next smallest. They stepped into them. Then Annie locked Jack's air tank into place. Thanks, he said, and he did the same for her. Thanks, she said. Gloves, said Jack. He and Annie pulled on white gloves. Boots, said Annie, and they each pulled on a pair of huge white boots. Helmets, said Jack, and he reached for a helmet. Wow, they're pretty light, he said. I thought they'd be like knights' helmets. Ooh, it's storming. Did you hear that? Special guest Archie is terrified of the thunderstorms. He's hiding under my bed. Jack and Annie put the helmets on, and they locked each other's into place. So here they are getting ready to go explore the moon. I can't move my head left or right, said Annie. Me neither, said Jack. Let's try walking. Jack and Annie moved clumsily around the room. Jack felt like a fat snowman. Close your visor, said Annie. They both closed their see-through visors. Cool air filled Jack's helmet. I can breathe, Annie yelled. Her voice boomed in Jack's ears. Ow! Talk quietly, Jack said. We have two-way radios inside our helmets. Sorry, whispered Annie. Jack put the moon book back in his pack, and they slung the pack over his shoulder. Okay, he said. Remember, we only have 2 hours of air in our tanks. So we have to find the M thing really fast. I hope we can find it, said Annie. Me too, said Jack. They knew they could not go home until they did. Let's go, said Annie, and she gave Jack a little push. Watch it. No goofing off, he said. We don't want to fall over in these suits. Just go, said Annie. She pushed him out of the room, and they walked back to the airlock. Ready, said Annie. Open sesame. She pressed the open button. A door slowly slid closed behind them. A door opened in front of them, and Jack and Annie stepped out onto the moon. All right, that's that for today. We'll have to wait to see what happens tomorrow. We'll maybe read 2 chapters tomorrow. Okay, so we did our birthday shout out to Mason. I did our weather. I don't know if you can see, I put lightning bolts because it's storming. and rainy and really dark in here. Okay, let's see. Oh, I gotta find a different place to put this black crayon. Okay, we're gonna color a day, or a square I should say, on our chart. So black is taller than red. Every time. I'm gonna put it right there. Oh, look, black is almost as tall as blue. And let's see, we have 5 days next week and 1 more this week. So let's see, we can go, so 5 plus 1 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, black is gonna get as tall as gray. I hope. All right, our color for today, yellow. And that's why our journal assignment is draw something yellow. Let's see, how many shapes do we have left? We'll do this one more time. The diamond. We have 4 sides. You find any diamonds at your house? I don't think I have any in mine. Okay, so we did 12 yesterday. We have 13 today. So what did we start at 5? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's do it this way. 13. So you have, when you have 13, you write the 1 and the 3. 1 and the 3. 13. Wow, we are getting pretty high at counting. Okay, let's see here. Let's do our sign language. We did water, milk. Juice is you take your pinky and you kind of draw a J by your mouth. Juice. We did ice cream. This one is fun. You take your pinkies and you kind of make curly cues by your face. That's spaghetti. How fun is that? Spaghetti. Hamburger. And then, yeah, hamburger. We did hungry, thirsty. All right, tomorrow we're gonna do some sports words, and they're pretty easy, kind of what you would expect them to be. All right, let's end with our Bible story. I feel like I'm for sure forgetting something. Oh, I know. Let's review a couple letters. Oh, this is a good one for today. The M for Mason and moon and mitten. Here's this hard worker. The letter U with that sound. V for volleyball and vest and veterinarian. Do you guys know what a veterinarian is? A doctor who takes care of animals. C. Now the C, remember, don't let it trick you. It doesn't make a sound. It makes a k for cat and car and cookie and carrot. All right, last one. Another hard worker. E for, makes a sound for Ehrenberg. Woo. Elephant, egg, Elmer, special guest Elmer starts with an E. All right, let's do, so our Bible story is a little bit longer today. We had Joseph, who his brothers threw him in a well because they didn't like him. And instead of hurting him, they traded him to some people going to Egypt. So now Joseph is in Egypt, and he was doing really well, but he got in trouble, and now he's in jail. So the traders took Joseph to Egypt, and he was thrown into jail. But he did nothing wrong. Joseph trusted God to help him, and he made friends with some prisoners. So even though he was in jail, who was still with him? God, right. One of them had been a wine taster for Pharaoh. Pharaoh was the leader of Egypt, so he was like the king. The wine taster said, "Last night I had a dream. I was picking grapes and squeezing them into Pharaoh's cup. When I put the cup in his hand, then I put the cup in his hand." What does this mean, Joseph? So God was giving Joseph the ability to know what these dreams meant. Joseph answered, "You will be Pharaoh's wine taster again. Once you are free, please don't forget about me. Help me get out of jail too." So that's Joseph. A few days later, the wine taster's dream came true. He got out of jail and became Pharaoh's wine taster once again. But he forgot about Joseph. Later, Pharaoh had two strange dreams. In one dream, he saw 7 heavy, fat cows and 7 skinny, scrawny, ugly cows. And the skinny cows ate up all the fat cows. So here are the fat, healthy cows, and there are the skinny, scrawny cows. In another dream, Pharaoh saw 7 healthy plants. Then he saw 7 dried up plants. The dried up plants ate all the healthy plants. Pharaoh was confused. Pharaoh's wise men were confused too. Then the wine taster remembered Joseph. He told Pharaoh that Joseph could explain his dreams. With God's help, Joseph told Pharaoh what his dream meant. So here are Pharaoh's helpers, and they're like, I don't know what these dreams mean. For the next 7 years, plenty of food will grow. For 7 years after that, not enough food will grow because there will be no rain. Pharaoh said, "Joseph, you are a very wise man. I will make you a ruler over Egypt." So Joseph was put in charge. He was made, so Pharaoh was the #1 person in charge of Egypt, and Joseph was made man #2. So he was very important. So he went from being in jail to being an important ruler in Egypt. How cool is that? Tomorrow we'll find out what happens when his brothers come to town. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit, and let's end with our prayer. Dear Jesus, thank you for today. Be with us as we work and play. Bless family, friends, and teachers too. Bless all of us and all we do. Amen. Wait, I know what we forgot. Yesterday was Wednesday. What day is today? Thursday. Today's Thursday. I hope I get to see you in our Zoom hangouts later today. I might be recording from school because I have packets to get ready today. So I hope I get to see you later. So have a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you next time. All right, bye guys.